Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this boxy card. It's just got two boxes and it's really quite pretty. It uses the new Flight and Airy Designer Series paper, which is currently in the Celebration catalogue, and you earn it if you spend $50 of product. You get the whole pack of paper for free, and there are so many pretty designs. I saw this card and I thought, oh, I rather like that. And it wasn't until I made this I thought, hang on a minute. I've made a version of this a while ago, according to the little sticker I had in my folder. I'd made this in October of 2022. Only, of course, it's the portrait version. Same concept, double box. And it's that turned on its side. It is so funny how the concept of, you know, the angle that you look at something, perhaps it's because I'm old, who knows, but it felt like a new card to me until I was like, oh well, never mind. Let me go ahead and still show you how to make it because it's so pretty, and who wouldn't want to showcase such wonderful designer series paper. So what it needs is a piece of cardstock, and normally when it's long and skinny like this, it's 11 by 4 1/4. In this instance, it's actually 10 1/2 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2, 6 3/4, 8 3/4, and 10, and it gives just a little 1/2 inch flap to, you know, to secure it down. The other piece is 5 by 3, and this is scored at 3 1/4 and 4 1/2, and again it gives you just that little 1/2 inch. You can see it more, you can't really see it coral against coral, but you can see it when it's against the designer series paper. And speaking of the designer series paper, I took a piece and I cut it out completely. It's 5 1/4 by 4. The 4 is obviously the height in this instance because it's going to fit on and have the little border around. It's such a busy pattern and the design is quite small. If you had something that was perhaps stripes or bigger and you wanted to be able to see there was a continuity, I cut them so that the pattern, when it goes on, will flow. But of course, like I say, it's a small flower, so it's not so noticeable. The white is a piece of 3 by 2 3/4, and because it's almost a square, I just need to remind you that make sure you have it on your paper the right way round before you do any stamping on it. And then there's the lovely little fussy cut bird that I cut out of one of the other pieces of paper. I don't think it wasn't this size, that's the big birds. But anyway, without further ado, let me show you how we make it. So we're going to fold it on all the score lines. Oops. Make sure they've all got a nice crease. I'd already creased this one actually, but there you go. And then we'll fold this one and the little 1/2 inch. So that's everything folded and ready. This is going to move quite a bit, you know, it's going to rock backwards and forwards, so I would suggest you secure it with either the tear and tape or the liquid mono glue. So it doesn't need very much, but it will hold a little bit tighter than the rolling adhesive. And what you need to do is fold the first 2 pieces over, so 1, 2, and then the next 2 pieces, they get folded over, and because it's got the liquid glue on it, it's easier to just actually fold that down onto itself. So you fold 2 and then you fold the next 2, or you know, that way. So there's 2 pieces matching 2 pieces, and it looks like that. Then we'll just go ahead and use the rolling adhesive, because there's nothing will be pulling against it, to put the designer series paper on. One on the top part when it opens, and then the other one will go here. These poor little birds, I feel so mean. Sorry little bird, didn't need you for this project. I'll need you the next time, I promise. And then we'll just pop that one into its place. And then what we need to do is we need to adhere the second piece. So again, I'm going to put adhesive on this side and just a little bit of adhesive so it sticks it to there. So we'll put a little bit to make sure we get them in the right place. So we're going to put some on this side. In fact, let's just do them one at a time. A little bit on there, And then the best way to get it is to fold the piece and the little flap over, and then line it up with the edge of the designer series paper. You can line it up to the edge of the absolute card. I just like to line mine up to the designer series paper. Whoops. And make sure it sticks down. Give it just a quick little second to get a grip of yourself. Actually, what we'll do while that is gluing, we can go ahead and we can stamp this little guy, because he's going in the top corner. I'm actually going to use the Calypso Coral ink so everything coordinates, and I'm using the Hello Friend stamp. This was one of the Paper Pumpkin kit stamps, came out of the December, and I'm obsessed with it. I just want to be telling all my friends hello. It's honestly so exciting. So that's all that one needs, and now this one should be stuck in place. And then we can make sure that we've got enough sticky on here. Just needs a little bit. And then again, with it folded closed, we just then make sure that we're getting glue on the right side. I think on this one, they're on opposite sides, so it would be awful to stick the glue and found that it's up here instead of down underneath. So that makes that work. So while that's gently adhering itself, we can go and again use the rolling tape for this one, because it's not going to have anything pulled against it. It's just going to lie on the front. And then we'll get some dimensionals and pop those on the back of our little bird guy. Keep him in place. Actually, I think I'll put a big one on his body. And then my lovely trick of flinging them across my stamping room, to be found at a later date. There we go. And then we can see where we would like this little chap to sit. I'm going to orient him more towards the side so the stalk doesn't look like it's falling too much off. And there you have it. This is actually, you would write it on the back, because the Calypso Coral is a light enough cardstock. You could stamp a greeting on there with a Calypso ink, because it's a little bit darker. As you'll see, it will show up. If you used a dark cardstock, it would be better to put a white layer on. But there you have it. There's two the same. And just to show you the portrait orientation, even though it's more of a holiday card, that is just a little bit same but different. If you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing or give me a thumbs up. If you've got a question or you want to pass a comment, pop it in the comments section below, and I always try to answer everyone. I'll put all the dimensions, as I said, and any pertinent information in the description box below. My new news, not that you get, well, you do get old news. My new news is that I'm doing Zoom get-togethers in kit classes now. But until my blog, which is still under construction, is up and running, if you'd like to know anything more about them, just email me for some absolutely no obligation information. I'd love to have you join in, and the only way I can get that information to you until my blog is finalized is for you to contact me. And last but not least, thanks so much for watching.